Okay, Doctor, thank you so much. Quick question. Somebody had a question here, but when we restarted, it went off. But I can paraphrase the question for you. So I'll ask it with my own question. The question was, how can you identify someone that is depressed due to sexual abuse? That's number one. Number two, my own question is, what is the Nigerian Medical Association, other group of medical professionals, what are they doing to get government to ban sniper or to make it impossible for you to get sniper over the counter? I know it's supposed to be for killing rats and all that, but how can it be possible that you can't get it over the counter? I mean, in developed countries, I don't think you have access to this kind of things like this. So what is the Nigerian Medical Association particularly doing to tell government that, look, you have to find a way around this thing? Now, before you answer it, there was a particular story. A guy was like a fellowship leader in church. So he embezzled some money in the office. He was supposed to pay tax for his staff. He was like an accountant. He was supposed to pay tax for the company he worked for like a year period. So he embezzled all the money. So when they found out that he hadn't been paying the money, he thought they were going to sack him. They know him. His nickname was Pastor. He went home, bought sniper from his wife's shop. His wife sells sniper. Bought sniper from the wife's shop, went upstairs and took the sniper and sent the wife a text message. When the wife saw the text message, the wife started racing down from her place where she was. By the time she got back home, the guy had taken the sniper and was gone. The story was in the news and all that. So they don't sell guns in Nigeria. I know they sell guns in America, but they don't sell guns in Nigeria. Why is it difficult for us to, enforce this, put our foot down and say this mustn't be sold easily?
All right. Now, the first question, how to identify depression in someone who is sexually abused. I've already mentioned the symptoms of depression. It doesn't vary, whatever the cause.
Okay.
So whether it's due to sexual abuse, whether it's due to unemployment, whatever, the signs of depression, the symptoms of depression are the same. So it's not, so I mentioned that earlier on. Okay. What is enemy and others doing? Well, the thing is, we have tried, I can speak about my organization, all right, and also the Association of Psychiatrists in Nigeria. They've tried to liaise with the relevant bodies. The first thing is that it is an economically viable product. So that is something that moves in the market. Let me put it in our local parlance. Yeah. So a lot of people generate income from it, okay? Now it has a clear purpose. It's actually meant for agricultural pests, not domestic pests, all right? The third thing is, when people began to use it for domestic pests, the concentration needed to be modified. The problem with the sniper is, it is the one you find that is usually used domestically. It's more potent than it needs to be. It doesn't need to be that potent to kill a rat or the domestic pests. So whilst you may not be able to ban it, what we're trying to push for, because it's going to be difficult, what happens is when you ban things like that, the black market thrives because there's a market for it. If it's something that there wasn't a market for, it's easy to ban. But once there's something that there's a market for, and it's a valid market, not even, I mean, people use it, it's had very good use in agriculture, on farms and things like that. So because there's a viable market for it, if you ban it, black market will thrive. So what you should therefore be doing is make it, I mean, clearly, the potency of the common sniper that can kill a human being is way more than what is needed to kill a rat.
Mm.
So it should be one regulation in terms of its composition, and then monitoring, because again, it shouldn't be an over-the-counter, because we've identified it has to be classed. Now, I do know that NAFDAC is doing some things along that line. Okay, so I'm hoping that eventually, yes, it will come to fruition, but they are actually doing that. And why the aspect of reducing the potency is very important is you cannot totally eradicate it. I give you an example. There are people who, and we're also working, we've tried to liaise with the Pharmacists Association, because they are very important in this, because people go to pharmacy shops, chemists, and they can buy it, okay? So if we get them off the markets, off the counter from chemists and small shops, people can go to the pharmacies. So we need the pharmacists on board as well to agree. And so a number of them have been working on that. The thing is, some people will tell you that they will still sell it because of the money they make from it. And that's where, so the economic drive is a major problem. So that's why for me, I rather suggest we work on the aspect of its potency, so that it's enough to kill a rat, but will not be enough to kill a human being. So therefore it can be available.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Ogboli. I just want you to give us quickly, in probably like a few steps or bullet points, or just itemize, what are the practical ways out of depression? I understand that in this period that we are in, COVID-19, people have lost jobs, people have lost businesses, companies have essentially folded, or those have not folded, but are not even paying salaries and all that. So what are the practical steps? Again, one of the reasons why churches have thrived is that, we go to church every Sunday and we dance. And some people have said that even dancing, interacting with people, having meeting after meeting, helping the mental health. I've heard people say that, for one. So what are the practical steps that somebody listening that is trying to slip into depression, what are the practical steps to get out of depression? A step that you can take from after we close this meeting.
The first step is talk to someone. Very important. All over the world, the commonest mantra when it comes to depression is talking to someone. Now, talking to someone could be a non-professional and it could be a professional. So that's the first and most important thing to do, because what depression does is it makes you not see clearly, but somebody else may help you to see clearly. So talk to someone. 2, screen for depression. I mean, we've listed the symptoms. Once you have them, please seek appropriate professional help, because depression is very, very, very treatable. Nobody should have to suffer from depression. So talk to someone, seek professional help. Those are the things I will always keep saying. Talk to someone, seek professional help. That's it.
Okay, thank you very much. Kemi, can you give us...
We do have, I believe you
Yes.
do have...
Yeah, go ahead, doctor. Go
I
ahead.
was going to say that, of course, we do have hotlines. Yes, that we do have hotlines. So some people call our hotlines just to share their experiences and talk and seek professional help. So the hotlines are also available 24 hours a day.
Okay, talking about hotlines, doctor, please, can you just give us your hotlines for someone that is listening, your social media handle, if you will not want to give us your phone number, the group's hotline and social media handle. Somebody might want to reach you after this meeting, get more advice, get more counsel, get therapy and all that. Can you just give us, please?
So what I'll just do to make it easy, I'll just type it now in the chat section.
Okay, fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah. So you can go ahead. I'll do that now. Yeah.
Okay. Kemi, on your point of view, 2 things that you can do to be out of depression. We are getting ready to close.
2 things.
If you have questions, please.
Okay, 2 things.
Yeah.
2 things. Find a trusted friend or family that you can talk to. Or if you don't have any trusted friend or family, just locate the nearest psychiatric hospital There are psychiatric hospitals in virtually every state in Nigeria. So, and then when you get there, you'll be given drugs. Those drugs are very strong and they are not sold off the counter because you cannot buy them without a doctor's prescription. So the drugs will make one to feel better, to make the head to feel lighter. So like some people, when they're depressed, they can't sleep. Some, they sleep too much. So it's going to create a balance. And then you take the drugs according to the prescriptions and don't stop. Some people just say they stop because maybe the pastor has prayed for them. Don't stop. Oh. Continue using the drugs until your doctor says you can stop. So one thing is to talk to a trusted friend or family, and second, if you don't have anybody that you can trust, you go to a psychiatric hospital. It's not expensive. For the federal and state psychiatric hospitals are not so expensive. Maybe the private ones are expensive, but the federal and state are not so expensive. Something that you should be able to afford, or find someone that can assist you to afford. Maybe the drugs are expensive. Actually, the drugs are expensive, but the treatment is not expensive. So that's it.
Okay, doctor, I think you are answering that question already. Somebody said, what can everyday people do to support you and your organization? So I think the hotlines are there. The website is there, the Twitter handle. Is there any email? So I guess you also,
yes, there is.
You also put the email. Okay, so we are drawing this program to a close. I want us to take home a few things, a few highlights that we have discussed. Mental health affects everybody. At one time or the other, everybody will have to go through some form of, you are sad, you are down, your mood changes and all that. The most important thing is talk to someone. Don't always be alone. A problem shared is a problem half solved, so talk to someone. Just let it out. Let out this thing. The person doesn't have all the answers. Like I was telling somebody who lost a loved one, I said, look, we don't have all the answers, but grieve, cry, do what you want, roll on the floor. It's normal, Let that steam out, let that emotion out, let that passion out, so that you don't bottle it in. When you bottle it in, you cause more problem, more damage, than good. So I'm trying to get Dr. Mufikoya to just give us one or two tips before we go. He's a child and adolescent psychiatrist. So I don't know if he's still online. If he has something, he could just chip in before we go for about 1 minute. Want to close. Dr. Mufikoya, please, are you there, sir?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you, Damilola. Thank you, Dr. Bolo, and thank you, Kemi, for sharing with us. I really appreciate the effort of the panelists, and thank you, Damilola, also for bringing this up. It's very I'm in Wisconsin's USA. I practice psychiatry there. Yeah, Damilola said I'm a child and adolescent psychiatrist. I'm also a general psychiatrist too. So I'm conversant with what you've been discussing. And I'll just say thank you for the panelists and what you've been doing. And I just want to add some take-home points. I think at this point in our country, we should be advocating for mental health struggles. I think Dr. Obolo, thanks for your good work. Thank you for what you're doing, and thank you for reaching out, and thank you for your organization too. But I think, again, we need to do more. It can, even though, yeah, you mentioned advanced countries, the problem are always almost the same. There's still social stigma associated with mental health here, I can assure you. People are still stoic about it. People think that, oh, it's because you are not tough enough. It's because you are not strong enough. But that is not the case. I give my patients, when I tell them, so, well, if you have diabetes, if you have high blood pressure, nobody tells you you are not strong enough. Nobody tells you, okay, you need to use nobody tells you that you need to use, if you have diabetes, you need to use insulin or you need to use metformin. But nobody tells you are not strong enough. That's why you have diabetes. You need to seek help. You need to take medication. Yeah, mental health cannot be cured, but it can be controlled. A lot of people that struggle with mental health, they are living normal lives. They are contributing to society. And Kemi is a case in point. So long as she got sought help and she is on the right trajectory, she's doing what she likes, she's doing what she's passionate about, she's thriving. Yeah. And that is what you need to know. And I think, Kemi, I think your story, you should celebrate your story. It's something that you should do more. Talk to people. And I really appreciate you for coming out, and I appreciate you for taking this opportunity to share your story. And I think that is one. Another thing is that we need to hold our government accountable. Stigmatizing and criminalizing mental health issue, it's not the solution. Somebody is depressed and is trying to commit suicide, and you are sending him to jail. That is the worst form of human abuse. Why not let us form a sort of a lobbying? Let's lobby our legislators. Let them change the law. Instead of sending people to jail for trying to commit suicide, let them send them to the hospital. Let them give them help. In some states, if you have a mental health crisis, you automatically qualify for social benefit. You qualify for free medical services. So let's lobby our legislator to do the same thing. It's not something that it's not rocket science. It's just support. We need to support people that are struggling with mental health. And it doesn't have to end there. Let us also inculcate it in her curriculum right from the primary school. Let children be taught, you know what, this guy is sad. This guy is not doing well. This guy has symptoms that suggest depression. He's not doing well at home. This guy is being abused at home. The parents are not, there's domestic violence at home. Let kids be taught how to report it right from kindergarten, right from primary school. So that by the time they are in 6th grade, by the time they are in college, they know exactly, okay, there's a problem. They know the kid. We all have friends as kids. We know the kids that their parents are always quarreling. Their dad is abusive. Their mom is abusive. Let's educate them. It should be part of our mental curriculum, school curriculum, so that from primary school, from primary 1, people are taught in simple way. Kids are taught in simple way how to recognize mental health challenges, so that by the time they are in the university, that by the time they are in secondary school, they know how to get help. They know how to seek help. I know these are things that can be, it's not too costly, but can be, I think it's a first step. If you can get the laws to be changed, if you can get it to be part of our education curriculum, a lot of people will be informed about our mental health issues. The other thing is most people go to churches for mental health issues than hospitals. We need to educate our pastors, and that's why I doff my hat for Dr. Obolo. Thank you for the good work. Continue to do this. Continue to reach out for the religious people too. Organize seminars for them. Talk to them that, you know what, there may be a spiritual component to it, but you know what, it can also be controlled. Because a lot of people will think, oh, is a one witch in his village that is against him. No, it's possible. But you know what? Medication can also control it. Let's give him medication. Let's try medication and let's bring him in. Let's evaluate him. Let's give him medication and let's see what is happening. I tell people, it's only in Nigeria, not only in Nigeria, it's in the developing world that will still have this stigma. Somebody that is struggling for mental health cannot do anything. A lot of some of these billionaires that you hear from now, they struggle from mental health. The founder of CNN, Toy Turner, was diagnosed at the particular point that was diagnosed bipolar disorder. Some of these people that are so focused in the technology world, if you read their lives, they struggle from mental health issues. And so it's not the end of the world for people that struggle from it. You can live a fruitful life. Yes, there'll be challenges, there'll be ups and downs, but it's not something that is not surmountable. Again, I thank you, Damilola, for organizing this. Thank you for the panelists. Kemi, in fact, I appreciate your courage. I thank you for doing this. And Dr. Bolu, keep up the good works. Hopefully, I hope something like this, we can have something like this more often. We can publish, because it's only through publicity that people will know that, you know what, there's help. The world has gone past a time where people that struggle with mental health should be on the street. No, if anything, they should get help. They should be supported. Again, thank you and God bless you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Bolu. Thank you, Kemi. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Mrs. Bimbolawi, Bimbo, Tanimowo, Bimbo, Bisola Oga, Elizabeth, Ivy, Mrs. Tokwe Mofikoya, Shola, DBC, Tofumi. Thank you for everyone that has joined. It was really insightful. It was really a great time. Thank you for coming out of your busy schedule. Kemi, you are the star of this event. If you didn't come out to share your story, everybody will just claim that what Dr. Ogbolu is saying, or Dr. Musuka is saying, is just theoretical, but you are like the testimony they have to share that this
and evidence.
Yeah. So thank you very much.
Testimony evidence. Yes.
For this time, thank you for joining. I appreciate everyone. God bless.
Yes. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you for organizing everything.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.